Peace family. Hey, y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there? This brother Son Ray 9 coming up in this house one more time for Culture Freedom Radio. Most definitely in this house, man. Yeah, got another exciting topic for you lined up right here today, man. Got another exciting topic lined up for you today. Hey, today's topic of conversation is what is the agenda behind all of this we not from Africa talk? Yeah, I'll say it again. What is the agenda behind we all not from Africa talk? Yeah, y'all know what I mean. See, I was trying to do this earlier on Talk Show and put this video up, but somehow I was having streaming issues or something and it wouldn't do it. So let me read some of the description I got right here for this show today. It says, there seems to be a lot of talk now in the so-called conscious community about we are the indigenous people of the land called America. Some are even saying that the transatlantic slave trade didn't happen like we were told. Well, I just want to know what is supposed to happen when we find out that we were already here. What is supposed to happen, family? What is supposed to happen when we do find out the truth that we wasn't here? I asked this question. It goes into what's supposed to happen. This is very important. Will the American government, fam, give us this land back? Huh? Will the American government give us this land back when we find out that we were already here? Is that what's supposed to happen? The American government is going to give us the land back? Huh? Is that what's supposed to happen? I don't know. And I truly doubt it. They ain't trying to give you a damn thing back. So that's what I'm just trying to figure out, man, with all of this talk that we were the original people already in this land, or the indigenous people in this land. I'm just asking, man, what is supposed to happen? What is really supposed to happen when now that we find out that we are the original people, man? Are they going to give us this land back? That's why y'all doing all this talk? Huh? What are you trying to get out of this? What are you trying to get out of it? Because listen, the so-called American, the native that we say that was here, right? That they show us that was already here. And, so you might say that they not the original. But the ones that we see it over here, they on reservations. They were placed on reservations. And I don't know if they're still on the reservation, but they got reservations. That's what y'all want them to do? That's what y'all want to get. Y'all want to go and live on these reservations. That's what you want to do. Or, I know you said that they got certain benefits. They got, probably land grants or whatever. That's what you want. That's why all of this indigenous thing going on. Huh? Is what are you supposed to get out of it? I know a lot of things we study history to try to find our ancient heritage or our cultural identity and all of this. And I know people be talking about your nationality and all of this. Man, hell, we in America right now, though. Be honest, you in a goddamn America right now. You're doing a lot of things in the American way. You got American dollars in your pocket because you got you got the dollar in your pocket. So don't tell that goddamn lie. Well, you're part of the American system if you got American dollar in your pocket. And I hear some of them guys that be doing this video, y'all indigenous. Like I said, I don't even want to say this one person name, but hell, fuck it, I will. This Dame Calloway dude, and that's all I'm gonna put on his damn name. He first come on his videos with asking for money. He first come on asking for money. So you can't talk about you're not into the American system, because hell, everything you're doing, you asking for money when you first come on. So hell, you got you're part of the goddamn system. Or throw the money away, or quit asking for the American dollar. I know you're gonna say that's foolishness. Well, shit. I mean, hey, it's the American way. You got the goddamn money. But anyway, man, I'm just want to know, man, because it's just ridiculous, family, about all of this damn we ain't this, we ain't that. I mean, there was a lot of talk, we not black, Negro, colored. Now it's we the indigenous people, we ain't from no Africa. Damn, fam. I mean, that's why I be saying a lot of times, man, on these shows, man, we're hindering our own process. We're muddying up the waters or our own selves. Nobody else has to do this. We're doing it ourselves. I mean, what is the purpose behind all of this indigenous talk? Indigenous talk. Like I said, what I can understand it if there's a benefit that you're getting out of it. But these motherfuckers ain't finna give y'all this goddamn land back. Y'all can hang that shit up. Because the so-called, the people that they said were the natives over here, that they gave the reservation, you see what hell they call. Now, what the hell you think you gonna get today? What you think you gonna get? Because you screaming, we the indigenous people of this land, we ain't from no Africa, man. But I tell y'all, man, I just looking out and just feel that these people that's out here that's pushing this stuff, and I'm especially say that goddamn Dame Calloway again. I feel a lot of these people, man, they're working for somebody. Somebody sent you. Who sent y'all, man? Who sent y'all to do this shit? Who sent y'all? Because there was a lot of things that a lot of people, we was into this Pan-African, we was into the Pan-African and black nationalism. There seemed to be a lot of things that pushed away from that. But we was into that, and that was the thing that we was into. Now it's like, man, we all over the damn place. We just all over the place. And they all over the place, too, with all this information, man. It's just ridiculous, though, fam. And we have to acknowledge that we have been, the Africans have been all over the globe, man. All over the continent. So I'm not denying that we didn't have any presence here in America. Man, come on, fam. Look. These are the books. They came before Columbus by our good brother Ida Van Sertima. Let me see here. I can't get out of this light. But y'all know the book. Ida Van Sertima. We know these things, man. We know the history there. We know that we was already over here. So our good brother, got to get that Brother John Henry Clark, Christopher Columbus and African Holocaust. We know that all of this stuff, man. There's another great book that y'all got to get, West Africa, the history of West Africa. It talks about about slavery and the slave trade, but just more about West Africa as well. Sorry about the light, fam. There's a lot of light. But here you go, Africanism and American culture. Yeah, this is a good one. I gotta give y'all the name. So you see the book again. Uh-oh. Yeah. And there we go. Good book. But there's a lot of great information that's out here, man, that let us know that we the Africans, we travel, man. We would navigate, like at the Moore said, we were navigating. We were moving all around the globe, man, so there's no doubt, and that we wasn't, we wasn't at one particular time. But I'm just saying, man, so yeah, they probably did meet some dark skin. And I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I've seen a lot of people be talking about that copper tone, America, where they look up the definition in Norris Webster's dictionary. We talk about America meaning copper color, people, and this and that. But y'all look down. You can look still down in the Amazons and different places, and you can see the people in these lands that they have in these rainforests and all of these places. Man, look at their skin tone. Look at them. Are they considered? Do we consider them black? Some people say black. Do we consider them black just because they got that copper tone, huh? But we don't consider them to be black. But see, this is the same thing with those the people that we seen that was already over here in the lands, and we know going back with the OMAC and all of this stuff. And look at these masks here. Look at these. I don't know. I'm trying to see, can I get it focused, fam? See, this is what some of the Hispanic people. Now look at that cat. Look at him. Now he sure looked like one Hispanic, but this here was talking about the Olmecs that mixed with the Chinese or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The Native American Olmec. Let's see that. Pull up some more. Look at that feature. Look at those features, though. Yeah, and there's some more in the middle right here. So you do have a lot of them standing out. So that's why a lot of the Mexicans, right, especially with those, like said, no, man, y'all try to take our culture, man, and who we are. But the Africans did mix in with a lot of those people. The Africans who did, it was a mixture. We going through the mixture and things of that nature. So we know the history. I'm just saying, man, why we got to make up what is so important? A lot of people just making up goddamn lies. Are y'all ashamed of having African descent? And maybe everybody didn't come from Africa. There's no doubt. I'm not saying we can't all say that we did come from there. But, I mean, there's some shame in the game? Is there some shame in the game? That's what I want to know. But I want to play this little video right fast, family, and go in and let this brother here go into something right fast and show you something. Because I did see that video with Dame Calloway. And y'all watch these, man. These people with agendas. That's why I say they got agendas. How they what you call that? I like to say they mixtaping. They mixtaping. They chopping, screwing the information. They're only giving you segments, 30-second segments and shit, but they're trying to make their point, but they don't go all the way in and show you the whole thing. So he showed a video. I seen there was a video where Dame Calloway tried to show you something where Brother Malcolm X said that we are Aborigines. And he took just that little sound bite and tried like, see there? I told you. He said, we're not Americans. And like he took other people like Dr. Our good brother, the general about to call it Abdul Muhammad, said, we not from Africa. So they take that and cut it, choop, and never play the whole entirety, the whole context of what was truly being said. And when you go and listen to the whole context, you'll find out they lying, fam. They chopping, screwing this damn information to try to fit their agenda. It's just like if I read this history book, there's a history book I got right here, and that's something I want to show in this American history book. If I read this, I can chop and screw this book and only give you excerpts out of what, and for whatever my agenda. If I was coming as a Hebrew Israelite or Hebrew, I can just go in here and pick out what I want to choose and chop and screw it and try to prove to y'all how we all are Hebrews from here. If I'm saying we were Moors, I can chop and screw this and probably find some in here that said talk about the Moors. And see there, I told y'all and leave everything else out. Wouldn't go in the whole entirety and talk about what it was saying about the Moors. If I, whatever, you know, saying, I ain't just beating up on them now, but I'm just using as an example. Indigenous, I can go in here and I can chop and screw information in here. And that's what these guys do. They don't give you the whole context. That's why I like people be talking about reading the Bible, man. You know, they give you like a little scripture or a little chapter, but they never give you a verse, and they just build off of that and never go into the whole context or the whole breakdown. And you be so lost in the sauce on it, and they have you thinking it mean one way, but it don't. And I got a video like I want to play, but there's something here. And I know that there's a lot of things about the slavery that did happen, because I've seen a lot of them. They said that the slavery happened in reverse here in America. It started over here, and then they took us to Europe, took our ancestors to Europe, then took them to Africa, then brought them back. God damn, the European was doing a lot of bullshit, that unnecessary shit that I mean, not saying he should have, but there was a lot of shit just to trick somebody to say they was from Africa. God damn. If you take me right now from where I live in, out of Tennessee, take me to Europe, take me to Africa, then bring me back. God damn it, I still gonna know I'm from there. I mean, you would have had to say that was their descendants, and it happened over hundreds of years. Hell, if you took the original person that's real, like you took me from here, took me to Europe. I had some children while I was in Europe, and then you took those babies that I had, took them to Africa, then they stayed there for a period of time, they got grown, and then they had babies, and then you took their children and then brought them back to America. Shit, they wouldn't know that. You can easily fool them, but not me, taking me to Europe, then take me to Africa, then bring me back. You think I wouldn't know where the hell I'm at? Come on, fam. That's kind of like what the story they be saying. You know, they might not say it like that, but that's kind of like in the entirety they say, and just to fool you and tell you from Africa. That's the most silliest, ridiculous shit I ever heard in my life. Excuse my French or English. But this is from an excerpt of this book, man. This American history book. But it was going into talking about when Hernando Cortez and all of the Spaniards and things of that nature that happened, in earlier times. But it talk about something from the new world, old world to the new. It says the first experiment with forced labor on the Isles of Hispaniola result in near extermination of the native. But Indians could continue to work in the mines or the ranches of the mainlands for centuries as workers on the plantation of the Isles and coastal areas. African slaves began to be imported as early as 1502. The African slave trade had been established in Europe by the Portuguese more than 15 years before that. I mean, excuse me, family. Excuse me. The African slave trade had been established in Europe before the by the Portuguese more than 50 years before that. So if it said they would start being imported in 1502, but it said the Portuguese started importing them into Europe 50 years before that. So let me see here. Let me see. It says the first Spaniards to arrive in the New World was interested in only one thing: getting rich. More specifically, I can't say that, y'all. My tired tongue. They were eager to exploit the American stores of gold and silver. But this, when it was talking about this family, it wasn't talking about what we say America. Because now we get this is what the trick, how the trick goes. When people talking about America, they came to America. Now y'all got to look at this. Pay attention. And I asked them this question when they talking about America. When they say America, because notice it said Hispaniola. So when people saying we was already in America, make sure you ask them, because they just stated America. So when the slavery started in Jamestown and Virginia and all of those places, that was what they calling now America, but that was now what we consider now the United States of America. So you best to ask them to get clarity. Are you talking about when you saying we was already in America? To be more specific, are you saying that we was already in here, what we call now United States of America? Because I know it wasn't called that at that time. For clarity's sake, for our modern day understanding, are you talking about what we calling United States of America? Our ancestors was taken from here, we call the United States of America, and then taken to Europe and places like that. That's what you're talking about. Because when you say in America, notice you got so-called the continent called North America and South America. You got Central America, North, Central, and South. So you be specific when you ask them that. Be more specific, because I've seen Brother Ali Muhammad was showing a lot of things. He was showing pictures and things. And a lot of the stuff that he was showing about the early Americans, he was actually showing from Central America, trying to prove to the point that we was already over here and this and that. And even when you looking at right here, talking about the Olmecs, that's not in what they call Central America, down in the mid area, in the Mexico area. Because even when this book that I was just reading from, it has the maps and it's showing you that about Central America and Hispaniola and all of this. This has nothing to do with what we're calling now the United States of America. So when y'all saying that we was already over here, what part y'all was talking about that where we was already at? See, this was y'all gotta have their ass to be more specific on it. And another thing is, they want to say that I like I did hear another brother say, and it is right on point. I think that was Brother Jabari. Brother Jabari was saying, and they hadn't even showed you their lineage, their ancestral lineage, to prove that they were already over here. So how in the hell they gonna go out here and tell millions of other so-called and I'm using this term black because I know people don't like black, but you tell every other black people that they was already over here. We didn't come from no Africa. It didn't happen the way it did. And I just have to really ask, what is it that is so-called when black people are coming out distorting their own history, arguing over the history, saying that they didn't come from there? I mean, damn, y'all ain't arguing with the goddamn Europeans who's telling these stories. It's like that, like the black family arguing with each other over history. We're not Moors. We're not Hebrews. We're not this. It's us that's arguing with each other. It's not that they arguing with the European historians who saying all of this shit. They're arguing with each other. So that's why I asked, what is the agenda? What is the agenda? Who's paying y'all? Who sent y'all to do this shit? Or somebody sent y'all out to cause chaos and confusion? I would say yes. I would damn say yes. Now, I see a lot of people, man, yeah, dude, man, he right on this here. Look, I had family members on both sides. Well, on one side of my mother's family, two sides of my mother's family. that my great grandmothers, both of them had what we're calling Native American blood in them. But when I asked the question about it, they say that, they don't go a lot of it, the history they don't go all the way into, because my grandmother, both of my great grandmothers have passed, and so my family can remember themselves what they told, that like my one of my grandmothers, let me see what she said, she was mixed with Blackfoot, I think Blackfoot tribe, and that her father was actually one of a native, and the mother was from what we call African slaves. So, and then it mixed in. So she did have that blood. And you can see her features when you look at her. You see those features in the phenotypes, or the Native American people, what they so-called Native Americans, what we saw, what they looked like. But it was a mixture. And we know a lot of that happened with the Seminoles. We know what happened with that, with the Cherokees and this and that and things of that nature. And and I got to ask this question. I got to hear him play this video. And that's what I want to add. So we was already over here. Just say for conversation's sake. So everybody talking about we was already over here, and we were those Native Americans. And there's a lot of things that's going on saying that the Africans enslaved each other. The Africans sold us out and put us into slavery, and sold us into slavery. Okay, here we go. So just say, for instance, the Cherokee. Now, can I use this word black, family? The Cherokee were the Native Americans. All of us, they were black. We were black. The black Native America, black, as they call black Indians. Well, we were the black Native Americans. All of us, the Cherokee, the Choctaw, all of them. Now, called the Choctaw, the Cherokee, and there was another one. They did enslave the so-called Africans. So, was it just like the y'all said Africans enslaved, sold the Africans in slavery? So was it that the Cherokee, Choctaw, y'all black Indians, black Native Americans enslaved the Africans? Because they did. Now, come on now, that's history. That's part of it. So y'all, that I don't hear y'all talking about. I don't hear y'all talking about the part about the slavery either. Why the Native Americans had slaves, huh? If you're gonna tell the truth, tell the whole goddamn truth. If you're gonna tell it, tell everything. Why y'all ain't talking about that then? So you wanted to talk about you was indigenous, but you participated in the goddamn slave trade then. If that was you, if that was us, we was enslaving Africans too. We was enslaving people over here, had them as slaves. Hello? Come on, tell the goddamn truth now, leave it alone. Tell the goddamn truth now, leave it alone. So look, because y'all ain't the only one that study history and know history now, because we could pull that out. Since you want to talk about slavery, we didn't come from, the transatlantic slave didn't happen, or didn't happen as it said happened. Why don't y'all tell about the goddamn slavery trade, the trade? Tell about how the Red Indians, as they call the Red Indians, and all of these people enslaved the black Africans. Huh? And I said black African just for conversation. Let me play this video right fast. Let me play this video. I'll be right back, baby. Let's see here. Make sure to do this here.
So today I received a message on Instagram from a sister who had watched my videos addressing African Americans who believe that they are not African, but instead native to America. Just to recap on that video and bring you up to date if you haven't seen it. My belief, as is many scholars and historians, based on archaeological evidence and DNA evidence and more, is that Native Americans came into America in two waves. One group of people from Northeast Asia, known as the Eurasians, and another group from Australasia, known as the Australasian Aboriginals and or Melanesians. To break that down, that would mean there was light-skinned or red natives in America and dark-skinned or black natives in America, who of course would have mixed together throughout the years, as modern-day Native Americans have DNA connecting to both groups of people. It is also believed that Africans from West Africa and North Africa traveled to the Americas many centuries before Christopher Columbus and made trades with the peoples of the Americas like the Aztecs, Olmecs, Mayans, and such, as well as shared knowledge with them on a multitude of arts and civilization building. These Africans were then worshipped as gods and memorialized by way of statues for their gifts to the American people. Now, it is possible that some of these African explorers and traders may have stayed in the Americas, but this would not have been huge numbers. The main migration of African peoples to the Americas was sadly via human trafficking or the transatlantic slave trade. So in my video addressing those who believe that they are Aboriginal Americans or indigenous Americans, some brothers have mentioned Pangea and that these people were actually on the continent already as the tectonic plates shifted. I actually addressed that in the Out of Africa Theory video. That video will be linked in the description. First, let's go to the meaning of Aboriginal or Aborigine. The dictionary states inhabiting or existing in a land from the earliest time or from before the arrival of colonists. This could also be used and said for the first peoples of this land we call Earth. These first peoples being African people. We sometimes hear many Pan-Africanists referring to themselves or black people as original man or woman. I've seen a lot of people saying, but Malcolm X knew the truth. He stated in one of his speeches that we are Aborigine. So these people have taken that to mean that we are native to the Americas. However, this is misinterpretation and manipulation of his speech, especially when you only use 30 seconds of a clip, and therefore you don't have the context behind the speech that was over an hour and a half long. This particular speech, which I'm going to link in the description, was addressing that the black man is the original man of the planet. Malcolm X explains what Aborigine means, and he does not relate Aborigine to the Americas whatsoever. In the same speech, Malcolm X states that we are strangers in America. Then he goes on to state that you and I are Aborigines, but you don't like to be called Aborigine. You want to be called an American. Yeah. And you've got these same people calling themselves Aboriginal Americans and claiming that Malcolm X told them so. Now, in context of the entire speech, Brother Malcolm X is stating we are the original man from Africa, but you don't want to be African or the original man. You want to be called American. Malcolm X highlights that nothing white is original and the white man is not the original man. He then goes on to explain his belief and doctrine at the time of how the white man, non-original or Aborigine to the planet or Africa, was created. Do you see how context changes everything?
Aborigines, which means what? Black folks. You never find a white aborigine. Rather, aborigines are called natives, or they're always dark-skinned people. You and I are aborigines, but you don't like to be called an aborigine. You want to be called an American. Aborigine actually means from the beginning. Two Latin words. Ab meaning from, origine meaning the beginning. And Aborigine is only the term applied to those dark-skinned people who have been on this earth since the beginning of the universe.
I asked the brothers and sisters who claim to be Native American or have this Aboriginal Australasian blood to take DNA tests, as it will prove whether or not they truly are descendants of the black-skinned Native Americans. They would at least have some population-wide DNA. But I was told that DNA testing is a scam and is false, and that the genetic markers for the indigenous black Americans are so similar to Africans that it would not give the right results. Right. So instead, they said that they just asked Grandma. Yes, their basis is to go back and ask Grandma who believes she's Native American, which to me is fine, since I have a grandma who is part Native American. And guess what? When I did my DNA test, her native blood showed up. However, my grandma is not a black Native American. She's mixed, and she's a run-of-the-mill red native. So I didn't have any Melanesian DNA, which would be an indicator of the black natives from Australasia. So with that out of the way, back to my message on Instagram. A sister hit me up, a black woman. She's half American, quarter Belizean, and a quarter Honduran. Notice I gave nationalities and ethnicities, but I highlighted firstly that she's black, because there's a difference between race and nationalities. You have to elaborate in some cases. Her grandmother, however, was part Cherokee and part Black American or African American. So this sister did a DNA test. Within this DNA test, it brought up a number of African countries, around 84%, with the highest percentage being 40% Nigerian. But notice this, her grandmother was part Native American, Cherokee. So here, you see 3% Native American DNA, but you also see something else, 1% Melanesia. This, based on the two migrations, would make 4%. So her grandmother was obviously telling the truth. This sister is a descendant of not only the Eurasian Native Americans, but also the Aboriginal Native Americans. Although a small percentage, she can still lay some sort of claim to being a descendant of the first Americans. But she's obviously more African than anything else, and still an African woman. So this sister's results and family background prove my video about African Americans who claim they're not African. So why don't you prove that you have these two groups of native blood, or even just the Melanesian blood in large amounts, if you're that confident of who you are and your background? DNA doesn't lie, but you don't believe in DNA testing. Peace, love, and coconut oil.
We are African, and we happen to be in America. We're not American. We are people who formerly were Africans who were kidnapped and brought to America. Our forefathers weren't the pilgrims. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. The rock was landed on us. We were brought here against our will. We were not brought here to be made citizens. We were not brought here to enjoy the constitutional gifts that they speak so beautifully about today. Because we weren't brought here to be made citizens today, now that we've become awakened to some degree and we begin to ask for those things which they say are supposedly for Americans, they look upon us with hostility and unfriendliness. What is it that makes it difficult for the philosophy of nationalism to spread among the so-called Negroes? Number one, they think they have a stake in America. We are African, and we happen to be in America. We're not American. We are people who formerly were Africans who were kidnapped and brought to America.
Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at angel_IKYG. If you like the video, make sure to share and definitely don't forget to subscribe. Click that bell so that you always get notifications whenever I post a video and you never miss an update. While you're there, make sure to subscribe to my backup page. Also, check out my website, www.ikyg.com. Check out any projects that I might have going on, coaching sessions, Angel's Thoughts, Angel's videos, any events that might be happening. Make sure to utilize the Black Money section.
All right, family, just want to give other brother his proper shout out since I'm using this video. Y'all most definitely go over there and subscribe to his channel as well. Yeah, man, see that? He played some stuff in there. That's why I want to play that, because he played some stuff in there, because he played the video with Brother Malcolm X in its entirety. Well, not the whole entire, but he killed that bullshiggity that Dame Calloway was putting up there, talking about Malcolm X said that we are the Aborigines. And he cut it. Dame Calloway, he cut it when he said Malcolm just said we are the Aborigines. And Malcolm played the entirety. And the brother even gave the description, the breakdown, and the definition of what an Aborigine is. So y'all have to do that, man. Study behind these mother suckers, man. Quit being like, I don't know, the country community sometimes, some of the country community, bro, you get like the goddamn, you get like the church. You talk about the church, but you act like the goddamn church. Like the preacher can get up there and preach a sermon, nobody never go back and check behind the damn preacher. Some of these people that you got in these country community, right? You become personality worship of them, and you don't check behind nothing that they say. You just like the shit because maybe it's something that just fit, that's something that you want to be a part of, or you don't like this group, you don't like that group, so here goes something new that you just want to grab a hold to, you know what I'm saying, because you have a disdain for somebody that's out here teaching, a scholar or something, so you grab a hold to it without even verifying the information and checking the information. So, you know, some of y'all are just like the goddamn, you just like the Christians, you just like everybody else out here. Just called grabbing on without researching. So look up the Aborigine, get the meaning. But that Dame Calloway, he lied to y'all. He even played another part of the clip where Brother Malcolm said, and I seen it where he played, where Malcolm said, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. And he cut it and said, see? Like, that's what he get almost like a little child. See, there you go right there. That's proof that we was already over here. Because Plymouth Rock was in America. See, they landed on us because he said it. But what did he say? We was from Africa. When he said we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. They brought us from Africa. James, how come you didn't play that, bruh? How come you didn't play that part? When he said we didn't land on Plymouth Rock landed on us, talking about how they brought us, those who were the conquerors and the kidnappers came to Africa and kidnapped the Africans. And then brought them over to these shores, which they started calling Plymouth Rock. It didn't have nothing to do with where we was already over here. Then the Mayflower and the Nina and the Pittsburgh, whatever the hell it's called. It came in and then it landed on us and we was already over here. Come on, fam. Y'all heard what the brother said? See, y'all watch these cats, man. I told you they got a goddamn agenda. And it ain't no good one. It's not a good one. It ain't a good one. Study behind these mother suckers, man. But my whole point is, y'all can say what you can say what the fuck you want. You can propagate what you want. But here's my question. Nigga says there's a cause and effect. What are you trying to affect? What are you trying to achieve behind this? Okay. I'm gonna ride with y'all for a minute. We was already over here. We was already over here in America before the Europeans got here. So-called black. I ain't talking about nobody else. I'm talking about what we consider to be blacks. Some people say African Americans, whatever, melanated beings. We was already over here, right? I'm gonna ride with y'all for a minute. We was here. Okay, once we all come to terms and agree on that, tomorrow we're all gonna have a conference and we're gonna agree on that. So what is supposed to happen? See, this is the whole reason I'm asking this question. What is supposed to happen? What next? Like I said, it's the American government gonna say, damn, they done woke up. We gotta give them this land back. Is that what's supposed to happen? So we can stop these brothers and sisters that's out here squatting in these houses. That's what's supposed to happen? I don't think so. I don't think America ready to give up this land yet. I don't think them folks finna give up this land. Shit, y'all can see how they gearing up to battle now. These white racist group, boy, they gathering their guns, they out training. I don't think they ready to get this mother sucker up. And especially with that fool in the White House. Did I say that? I said that. That dude in the White House, they calling Trump. I don't think they finna get his mother sucker up. So you can that fool said he finna make America great again. Now I can say the only reason he gonna make America great again is he give it back to the original people who did own the land. That's the only way you gonna make the mother sucker great again. Is everybody that wasn't here get the hell out. And then it wouldn't be called America because hell, it wasn't America when they got here. So that's the only way you're going to make America great again. Everybody that wasn't here at first, they're going to have to get the hell out. And then it become great again to the ancestors or the descendants who the ancestors passed on to who was already over here. That's it. But that ain't, I don't see that happening. So my only thing is, when if we did a knowledge and everybody came up and said, yeah, whether it's true or not, if we just all of us just said, yeah, we're gonna go with that, we're gonna ride with that plan. We was already over here in America. America ain't finna give you them. I ain't gonna. Well, what's supposed to happen? I'm just gonna leave it. I ain't gonna answer them. What's supposed to happen? Somebody, please tell me what the hell is supposed. Y'all gonna do some videos. Tell us the benefits of why the hell we gotta be claiming indigenous. What is gonna be the benefit? What the hell we gonna get out of it? Maybe y'all can't put it in a video. Maybe we gotta have secret meetings. Maybe we gotta have secret meetings like y'all do when y'all go and getting this money from who telling y'all to teach us all this bullshit. Have your little secret meetings or whatever, because that's all I want to know. Because every time it comes around and it seems to be there is a little bit of more awakening of people connecting, somebody always come with some bullshiggity. It never fails. It always happens. Just like some people say, man, that our name has changed from what was it? Negro, black, colored, African American. So our name constantly keep changing. So such as with the information, we were Hebrew. We all 1 minute somebody gonna say we all Hebrews. Then the next minute we gonna say we all Moors. And then now we all are indigenous here. Shit. What else we gonna be? Next thing you know, we all Martians and shit. We all came from Mars. We all came from, I don't even goddamn know no more, y'all. And I really ain't concerned about that shit, because you know what? I'm trying to live right now. I study history. Believe me, I study all the history books. I try to gain knowledge, knowledge of all I can get. But man, I'm telling y'all, I got to live right here today. That's good. That's good for me having that self-confidence of where I came from and the history of our background, to teach our children, teach our babies, man. But still, again, what is this benefiting us? Because we still in this mother sucker they call in America. We still got to deal with a lot of the shit that whatever Trump them pass as laws in this land, you still gonna have to live by that shit. You still gonna have to live by it. So despite what all of this shit, man, you was over here, you wasn't in here. You don't run the government right now. You don't run the government. Trump them running that shit. So you can wear all your I'm an indigenous whatever, your jackets, your t-shirts, your hats. You can wear all that shit you want. That's cool for self-grandizement and you know to lift up your confidence. But this government, they ain't giving a goddamn. They ain't giving a goddamn who you are. And all that paperwork bullshit talking about filing, getting your stat. Come on, man. Y'all, come on, man. Y'all already know that shit ain't working. That ain't working now. That ain't working. So what's the benefit? What's the benefit of it? Somebody please give me the benefit of it, and I'm gonna ride with y'all. But it got to work. First, I gotta see y'all. I gotta work. I gotta see some shit in action now. They said you lead by example. I gotta see it in action first. Let me see it. Then some of this, I went to some, and here's something, y'all. I did this myself because I was seeing all this indigenous talk going on, right? And I ain't gonna stay on here long. I'm gonna get ready to get out of here because I just want to throw that out. But all this indigenous talk. So I went to Native American museum that they have here called the Chucaleses. The Chucaleses that was actually inhabited, long time by before even Hernando de Soto even got here to the shores of America, what we call the United States now. These people, they abandoned this site. That's why they call it the Choctaw. Let me see here. Let me get it right fast, y'all. I got this right here. It says the Choctaw or the Chucaleses. That was the name of it. The Chucaleses Native American Indian village or museum they have here in Memphis. It was called the Chucaleses, meaning abandoned house. It says the village on this site was deserted at the time Europeans moved into the area. Archaeologists show that the site was occupied and abandoned and reoccupied several times between 1000 and 1550 AD. Chucaleses was part of a larger political and cultural system that archaeologists called the Mississippian culture. Yeah, because it's down here in the Mississippi area by right by the Mississippi River, actually, right by the Mississippi River. At its height, in the 14th century, Chucaleses was home to 800 to 1,000 people, making it a small-sized Mississippian town. I've been there, y'all, and there's videos that y'all can see on here. Well, I went to the Chucaleses. I got a video here on YouTube and right here on YouTube called my Native American Museum trip, and I got some more stuff that I didn't even get a chance to put up a video because I'm just not really no video, y'all. I'm not like some of these other cats out here into the video. I'm more doing the podcast. So, but anyway, so I went to the museum, Native American Museum, and I would like to see a lot of these other cats go. Let me put up some as I'm talking. I would like to see some of them go and to the museums, and this is some of the things seen from there. I would like to see them go to these museums. Now they just, they show us and talk about this stuff. Why don't y'all go to some of these Native American museums and sites and go and look up some of it, because they got something in next month. They had archaeologists exhibit or something they're gonna be doing next month at that museum, and I'll be going back there, and they're doing archaeologist training, y'all. Some of these goddamn American words are killing me now, y'all. I guess some of my ancient languages, native languages, is trying to come back out. Hell, I'm starting to have goddamn problems speaking English. Goddamn. Or as I'm just getting old, y'all. I don't know, one of the two, but it's all right. Yeah, so I'll be having some footage, I hope, if they let you film about the day when they have the archaeology thing going on out there. I don't know exactly what they're going to be doing at the Chucaleses again, but going back to the museum as well. But y'all can see, look at those, even though those are mommies, or not mommies, y'all, my bad, models and the statues or whatever. Just look at those. Now that's what when you see the phenotypes and how the native were over here, That's it. Now, because look, when my great grandmother and things of that nature, both of them, that's the appearance that they had. That's how they look. Look at the sister. Look at the picture with the sister. That's how they look. Had that straight hair, and then it had that pepper gray. I call it pepper gray, y'all. That grayish, peppery looking hair. But they had those straight hair just like that. That a lot of our sisters are getting now, and we talking about them getting all this extension in their head and weave in their head, and so maybe I ain't gonna get into that. But hey, that's what the native had, and even look at the picture with the brother. Now look at that skin tone. Now that's copper tone, what we call copper tone. Now, and I know that's just mannequins. That's the word I was looking for earlier, y'all. Mannequins. Those are mannequins. So with somebody, would we consider that to be with them right there to say, see, there you go right there, bro, something, right? They show you we were black. Look at them. Look at the skin tone, bro. They black right there. Like I tell y'all, you can go, I think it's somewhere down in the rainforest and other these places where man rarely goes and have anything to do with these inhabitants, those people that still inhabited these certain places. They go and film. You can see some things on YouTube, and they go out in places. But look, their skin tone is the same as those people right there, or just a little bit lighter. They have the same phenotypes and things. It's just like that, bone structure, everything, just like those mannequins that you see. Now, do we consider them to be black? Do we consider them to be black? That's what I want to know, fam. Do you consider them to be black? I don't know. But that's why I came in the house right here today, man. I'm not going to be in here long. I'm going to get ready to get up out of here. I just want to throw this title out tonight. I just had to throw that title out. Excuse me, fam. I just had to throw it out to ask that question, man. Why is it so much talk, or what is it with all this talk, man, about let me see, I'm trying to do something about bad family, about the African Americans. About what is the agenda behind all of this talk about we not Africans? What is it? What is the agenda? It has to be. Everything, it has an agenda. So what is the agenda behind all of that, fam? Can somebody please tell me? That's all I want to know. Leave me a comment, whatever. Don't leave me no nasty ass thought. Now, we just want a dialogue. But any kind of crazy controversial stuff, I'm telling y'all now, I'm going to delete that bullshit because I ain't finna be arguing with nobody or no bull. I just want to know. It's not to hurt anybody's feelings or nothing. This is not what this is about. It's about this dialogue. What is the agenda? Because I think there is something behind this. Yeah, I just think it's something sinister behind it. I'm being honest. And I know through history, like I said, we came before Columbus, the African presence in early America. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. I will not throw away what the elders presented to us. I know this information. I know that we were here. We had the early presence. God damn it, because we was all over here. We been there, done that. How they said, that's what they say, y'all. We have been there and done that before these other people have been on this planet and done and been in these places. We know that because we, like the brother said earlier, down in the Mexican area and the Olmecs and the Mayans and all of them, not the Olmecs, but the Mayans and Aztecs, how they worship the black gods. Because of what the Africans brought to them, they worshiped them after they left. We know this. We understand it, overstand it, right? There's no argument about that. So the thing is, when we saying that we will overhear the millions of people and all of this and disregard a lot of the things that did happen with the African slave trade. That's what I'm saying. What is the purpose behind this? What is the purpose behind it? So, it's like the European, man. Y'all make like this European. I don't know. But he had to make up some big ass lies. I know we know that they lie about history. But damn, why that big ass lie? Like we let them lie about chattel slavery was started by Anthony Johnson. Y'all hear that? Said Anthony Johnson started the chattel slavery. Man, black people, y'all need to stop that goddamn lying. Don't let these folks lie to you. He started chattel slavery. A black man. See there it go again. It's just like they want to say that how the Africans sold each other into slavery. And then, that's not all truth. Because we know that what happened with there were warring tribes that were fighting each other, nations. It wasn't just like the king was selling his own people out. When they tell you that, that's what people say. But it's just like, hey, a lot of us today, you cripping in you blood and you fighting on each other, you banging on each other. Because you got the Crip Nation against the Vice Lord Nation, the GD Nation. Shit, y'all going against each other. So hell, it was like that basically then, man, in ancient time. Well, this nation was warring against the other one. So hell, they seen opportunity to make a little change. Hell, just like y'all do. Some of y'all selling each other out or, for information, getting a little change. Doing something strange for some change. And selling each other out just for information. You would sell out the Hebrew nation because you were more or whatever. You'll come out, you'll sell everybody else out. You can get you a little change. Try to beat down on everybody else's doctrine for some money. Hell, that's what they were doing. I'm not justifying and saying it was right, but that's what was going on. So, we ain't gonna play like hell. We always were cool on the continent of Africa. That ain't no. That ain't how history really go. We can, like they said, we can romanticize and lie about it and make it seem fit the way we want it to seem, but it wouldn't be true. It wouldn't be accurate, historically accurate though, when we tell them lies like that. We weren't just getting along in Africa always. We was doing some battling with each other, fam. We was getting along in certain instances, but we was battling. We was kicking each other's ass all over the place, just like we doing in America right now today. And some of us, and I did a podcast talking about this, man, how we got to stop all this tribalism, because a lot of the stuff that we're doing, we culturally banging on each other, is still a part of a lot of tribalism and things that we always had, even going back to Africa and some. Hell, a lot of this still in our damn DNA. A lot of this still in our makeup. That's why a lot of us really don't get along. And that's kind of like why now we culturally banging on each other even today, because we still got a lot of this tribalism stuff in us today. So, yeah, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so I just had to come in and throw that out. What is going to be the benefit? What is the benefit? What is the agenda? What is the agenda? What is going to happen if we all just decided, yes, just for the sake of saying it, even though we don't agree with it, but we just all came together and said, yeah, you know what? Damn that. Let's ride with that. Let's go ahead and say we were together. I mean, yeah, we was already over here. So what is supposed to happen? Are we supposed to be going to the UN and telling we want our land back? Good luck with that. What are we supposed to do? United States is over there knocking other sovereign nations' ass out of the pocket, out the box. So all that sovereign shit, y'all can really get rid of that. When Libya a sovereign nation, when Iraq a sovereign nation, ain't Afghanistan a sovereign nation, Egypt, all of these places sovereign nations. Y'all think y'all ass is in America, and in America gonna give y'all back? They taking other sovereign nations over the world, taking their ass out of the box. And you think you're gonna be in America that this government gonna give it back to you because you say you was already over here? Good luck. You see what happened to the people that was on the reservations. Just like, for instance, you'll talk about this thing with the Cherokees I mentioned earlier, Cherokee and Choctaw. The Trail of Tears. You see what happened with that, right? You see what happened with that. This government, I ain't trying to big them up, give them no power. I know some people like say, man, when you give them power, I ain't got to give them shit. I ain't got to give them nothing. They got damn guns, them rifles, them drones, everything. Yeah. And I'm telling you, like these goddamn militia group, white militia groups, these white racist groups, they gearing up. They got their own goddamn power. I ain't getting them a goddamn thing. Your ass better learn how to get some power. So a lot of y'all be around here scared of talking about some goddamn black power. You better learn how to get some motherfucking kind of power. Because power What generates the hell? A generator creates power. Give your ass some lights when your regular lights go out. It bag up. It's power. You better learn how to get you some goddamn power instead of being scared. Talking about some black power. You scared of it. They got white power. You better get you some goddamn black power. So you consider your, but I forgot some of y'all don't consider yourself being black. So you wouldn't have black power. But that's enough of that. Hey, I'm Son of Ray 9 right here for Culture Freedom Nation TV, man. Hey, I'm up out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Most definitely. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But it ain't just all about that. It's about the information. You know, I ain't caring about all this. It's really ain't comparing about all this subscribing and numbers, because that's irrelevant to me, because I ain't trying to get paid off of this shit, this stuff. It ain't shit, y'all, off of this stuff. As information, I'm just trying to present something to make you provoke thought. I ain't trying to teach, like I always said on Blog Talk. I've been saying this for a long time on Blog Talk, y'all. I'm not trying to teach you a damn thing. All I'm trying to do is motivate and inspire you to start thinking for yourself. Start using your own analytical mind, as our good brother Carter G. Woodson said in The Miseducation of the Negro. Because just because you say you have been educated and you got an education, and I said that on purpose, education, don't mean that you have the right education. Because that brother now was a scholar. He went, say he taught over all the schools all over the world. And he said the Negro, at that time it was being called Negro. He says the miseducation of the Negro. Yes, you might have went through the 12th grade and got you a little college degree and all of this stuff, but that don't mean you were been properly educated. So he said this is a miseducation of the Negro. So my job over here is to make you think about what's been told to you, what has been told to you. That's it. Start using your own analytical mind and quit being regurgitators. Start thinking for yourself. Think about the things that we're being told. That's it. I'm not trying to be no scholar. Hell no, y'all. I ain't trying to be no scholar. I leave that to these other fools out here, because you ain't going to get me caught up in this stuff. Nobody can say I'm scamming them. I sold you this. I sold you a bad package. I sold you, tried to sell you your sovereign. Y'all ain't going to get some ran in that book, because I ain't into all that shit. I'm just here to help you think or inspire you to start thinking. That's it. I just throw out some stuff and leave. I like to say it, y'all, leave a stain on your brain. Something for you to think about. That's it. But peace, y'all, for Culture Freedom Nation TV in this house. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.